Hello friends, this is Wendy with Love and Stampin'. Welcome. I am excited that you're here with me today. We are going to be using the Rabbit Hole Designs Bunny Christmas stamp set and dies. And the Rabbit Hole is having a Black Friday sale. I'm going to be totally honest, I don't even know what all the sales are. There's so many companies having sales, it's crazy. I'm going to use these border dies. I've already pre-cut this little border that we're going to use on the card, and then we're using this acetate sheet from the Rabbit Hole Designs. These acetate sheets are worth their weight in gold. If you buy nothing else from the Rabbit Hole, I would go order some of those because they are fantastic. I believe they come in a pack of 10 and they make a full front shaker card. I will link to all the supplies below the video. There's a link that says measurements and supplies. You click on that link, it takes you to my blog. You scroll all the way down to the bottom of my blog post and all of my supplies are linked there. So you can go there for that. Let's see. Okay, let's get started. We are going to ink up this bunny rabbit using Hero Arts Intensified Black ink and stamp it down, and then we are going to color it. And while we color, we are going to have a little story time. You guys know that that's how we roll around here. If you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I appreciate you being here. And you can think of my YouTube channel as kind of a card making vlog. While I teach some card making techniques and fun folds and tricks and tips and stuff like that, I also share about my life and what's going on. And yeah, that's how we do things around here. So I'm starting with my favorite red color combination, which is R59, R29, R35, and R32. This color combination seems to just be my go-to favorite now, and I really, really like it, and I think that it just turns out great every time. So I guess for now, stick with what you know. Most of you know that I'm fairly new to coloring. I mean, I say that. I've been coloring since I was a 5-year-old, but Copic coloring is something I'm still in the process of learning. I'm by no means an expert. I have so many new things to still learn and grow in this craft. And so you see me coloring with Copic markers a lot. That's because I want to get better at it. So my tip for you is, if there's something that you love to do or that you see on other cards that you're like, oh my gosh, I would love to know how to do that, start practicing it. You're never going to get better at it if you don't do it. So I would just say start practicing and continue doing it so that you can grow in your craft, whatever that is. Okay, so let's hop into some story time while I color really quick. First and foremost, I'm recording this the day before Thanksgiving. I have no idea at this point what Thanksgiving is going to look like for us because my husband has come down with a little bit of a bug. I'm not sure what. I don't know if people are going to come over. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm hoping whatever he has is the same thing that my daughter and I had so that we don't end up getting sick with something new. But 'tis the season, right? So hopefully it'll pass us by. I am exhausted today because I did not sleep well last night at all because I had teenagers in the house running amok. And so I was up and down all evening with them. And so I'm hoping to get a little nap in today. And again, this video is being recorded the day before Thanksgiving. When you're watching it, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I obviously, we got to talk about the card. Okay. So this technique that I'm doing is a technique I learned many years ago from Sandy Allnock. I kind of forgot about it. And then I was watching one of my friend Kelly's videos, Kelly Taylor. She's here on YouTube if you don't know who she is. Not only should you go watch her videos, but you should also let her know I sent you because she's just the most amazing person. I just love her. And she's great. So she did a video making tree backgrounds. And I was like, yeah, I forgot about that. And she gave me a great refresher on how to do it. So basically you just make lines. That's it. You just make lines. And you make them in varying colors and varying widths. So the darker they are, the further to the front they're going to appear. And the bigger they are, or wider, I should say, they're going to appear more to the front. The thinner they are, they're going to appear more to the back. so on and so forth. You get the gist of what I'm saying here. So then I went in with powder ink from Concord and Ninth to kind of make this a little bit more misty and moody. And then I brought in Night of Navy ink and ink blended around the outside of that, again, to just kind of make it even a little bit more moody. And then I ink blended on this little hill that I had pre-cut. And then I was ready to assemble the card. Here we're going to use this fantastic acetate sheet. So the way this works is there is a plastic film over the top of it. Use a pokey tool of some sort. Poke around in the area that has the white strips that you can see there and peel up that protective front. It even has a sticker on it that says remove protective film. So you're going to take that off. And that just keeps your acetate sheet from getting all icky. And then I'm turning it over and folding it on 3 sides and going to, well, all 4 sides, but I'm only going to peel the sticky on 3 sides. And then we're going to be able to stick our layer, our Christmas, or our, good gosh, I can talk, I promise, our tree layer into the acetate sheet. Your cardstock has to be cut at 4 1/8 by 5 3/8 to fit into this nicely. And then you can use this, will cover your entire card front. So this is just such a fun and easy way to make shaker cards. I highly recommend it. All right, so I'm gonna close these 3 up, and then I'm gonna use some shaker bits from Stampin' Up to dump into the pocket, close it up, and my shaker pocket will be finished, and then we just have to decorate the front of the card. So, and here I did too much and I realized, and so I'm just pouring it out. It's just, you know, one of those things. So back to story time. So I don't know what Thanksgiving is going to look like for us. I'm still going to cook. Luckily, I was already thawing a turkey, so I have that. I'm going to make mashed potatoes and green beans, and we will just, you know, do the best we can. If my husband seems to be feeling somewhat okay, our contingency plan is to have everybody over for a bonfire and dessert. But the problem is when you don't know, like, I don't know how he's going to be feeling or how bad he'll be since he just kind of woke up with this morning. So I didn't want to leave everybody in a lurch by letting them know first thing Thursday morning. I wanted everyone to be able to know enough ahead that they could kind of do their own thing. So that's what's happening in our world. Bummer. Super bummer. But you know, it is what it is. It's okay. We'll make do. It's not the end of the world. We will still have a really nice dinner, and hopefully he'll be feeling better. I mean, he went to work today, not feeling the best, but you know, that's just part of life. It is what it is. So what else is happening? Well, everything kind of got shifted on its head today. I was going to spend the entire day prepping all kinds of food, and I've just decided to cut my menu way back because if it's just going to be the 3 of us, I don't feel like it's necessary to have as much stuff as I had anticipated originally. I am going to make cranberry sauce, and I'm going to make a turkey and mashed potatoes. And so I'll probably do a lot of that today, and then tomorrow all I have to do is kind of heat everything up. I mean, cranberry sauce you don't heat up, but you know what I'm saying. I like homemade cranberry sauce. I don't know about you guys, if you're like the type that prefers the canned stuff or the real stuff. I love the real stuff. Anyway, that is what's happening. So really quick here, back to the card. I just laid down that little hill that the bunny's going to be on. And then I'm ink blending in these white areas with a little bit of that blue, just because I didn't want it to be so stark white in between. And I didn't want to go in with like an X-Acto knife to cut all of that out. I just didn't feel like it was necessary, especially because the bunny's nestled down on the hill. So it kind of would be a white bluish background anyway. If you notice, I'm using tear and tape to adhere everything. That is not any for a particular reason. Wow, I can talk, I promise. That is not for any particular reason. It's because I ran out of adhesive and didn't want to refill my adhesive. So I didn't refill my ATG gun. I didn't refill my Stampin' Seal. I was being super lazy. And so I just grabbed what was available. So that's why we're using tear and tape for every single piece. Also, it does stick really well to acetate, so that's a bonus, but that's not really the reason I used it, full disclaimer. So here we're just gonna stick that bunny on his little hill while he's on his way to Grandma's house. That's all I could think of when I was making this card, is over the hill and through the woods to Grandmother's house we go. And then I noticed that his little feetsies were kind of like poking up because I didn't put any adhesive there. So I used my precision glue press to shoot a little glue underneath there and glue his feet down so they wouldn't be just like popping up off the paper. And I noticed that it didn't really stick very well, so I had to kind of go back in to make that stick. And then I put a ink pad on top of it to hold it in place. We're gonna add a sentiment to this and glue the whole card front to an A2 size card front or card base, and this card will be finished. I will probably send this card to my cousin, Shannon, maybe, or her kids. I don't know. She loves shaker cards. So every time I make a shaker card, if she sees it, she's always like, make me a shaker card for Christmas. So I usually try to send her a shaker card because she thinks they're really cool. So here I'm just adding some shadow underneath of the sled and the bunny, but I'm doing it with a B0000 because this is snow. So in my head, it would be a little bit more of a blue vibe than a gray vibe. And those are things you just learn as you go, right? So here I'm going to stamp in Night of Navy ink onto white cardstock, but then we're going to ink blend it to kind of make it go with the scene a little bit better. We're just using the Merry Christmas sentiment, and then we're going to cut it in half. So what else is happening? At the time that you're watching this, it is the last day of my Black Friday sale. So for Black Friday, I offered half off of my mystery boxes. At the time I'm recording this, there's still some left, but I don't know if there are now. Or you can get a mystery box completely free, stuffed full of product, when you place a $75 online order with me. I'm doing 80% off all of my PDFs and class tutorials, and I'm doing 50% off a membership to the Creative Vault, and that's a permanent 50% off. So if you want to get 50% off access to the Creative Vault locked in at that price, now's the time to sign up, and you're going to use the code THANKFUL. In the description under this video, it says Love and Stampin' Vault. If you click that link, it'll take you right there. You can sign up for the vault and get 50% off. What else is happening? Anything? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't even know what the plans are for the weekend now. I mean, I knew what they were, but things are kind of shifted. Yeah, so that's what's going on. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. At the time you're watching this, please drop me a comment below and let me know how your Thanksgiving went. If you had anything crazy happen, sometimes we just have funny, crazy stories that happen over the holidays. And let me know, what your plans are for early December and all of that. I will have videos coming out sporadically through December, but probably not as regular as you're used to, because I do want to take some time with my family. So if you see less from me in December, don't be worried. It's just because I'm trying to dedicate a little bit more time to doing family stuff. The very last week of December, you probably won't see anything from me. I have no idea at this point if I'm going to get stuff done for that week or not. But that is the week that I'm going to go dark, which means I'm going to shut my computers down. I am going to stay off my phone as much as possible. And I have dedicated this week to myself to do that. Like, really unplug. Enjoy my family, enjoy watching Christmas movies, enjoy laying around, not getting on my computer. I'm going to make it a goal not to even check my email. So I'm just giving everybody a heads up now. That's the very last week of December that I'm planning to do that. And I'll talk about it more in videos as we go through the month, but I'm just kind of giving people a heads up because I would hate for somebody to email me and not get a response and think that I was ignoring them. I am going to turn on an auto responder to let people know, like, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm not responding to emails until I get back, that type of thing. I may take the first week of January off too. Originally, that was my plan, was to take off the entire winter break that my daughter's out of school. But that feels pretty anxiety inducing to me. So I don't know if I'm going to manage that or not. But I may have some pre-recorded stuff for you guys to see over that time. But again, like I said, it'll be less. And I'm not going to do my YouTube premieres where I'm chatting in. I may have videos, but I probably won't be chatting in. Just that kind of stuff. I just need some quiet time. I think the end of the year is a good time to reflect on your year. I always do that every year. And think about things that maybe I want to do differently in the next year, things that I did well in the year 2023, things that I could improve upon. We always have room for improvement. And I think taking some time away from filming and being, tied to a computer or a device is really healthy. I honestly think we should do it more often than we do as a society. But, it is what it is, right? So anyway, all that's to say, I'm going to take a little time away, and I just wanted to let you know, and that will be the end of December / beginning of January, when everybody's pretty quiet anyway, right? It just feels that time of year is the only time of year, or I should say the only time of winter that I look forward to. I'm not a cold weather person. I don't like the cold weather, but I love the quiet, calm wind down after Christmas. There is just something, I love Christmas too, by the way. But there's something about that week after Christmas that just feels really special and cozy to me. It always has. I actually really enjoy taking all my Christmas stuff down, cleaning, and I always like to have everything down by January 1st. I know some people say that's bad luck to take your Christmas tree down before the first of the year, but for me, first of all, I'm not superstitious, so I don't believe in luck. But for me personally, I just feel like having all my stuff down and put away before the new year starts is like, I don't know, it's like a fresh start. That's the only way I can describe it. It makes it feel like a fresh start to the year. So I'd love to know in the comments below if you are the same way, or if you are the person that's like, no, I got to leave it up. So my best friend, Laura, her husband is from Bosnia. So he's half Serbian, half Bosnian. And the way his family celebrates is by the Orthodox calendar. So they have Christmas on January 7th and New Year's January 14th. So she leaves all of her stuff up. Her stuff is up until mid-January in honor of his holiday season. So he still celebrates our Christmas. It's not like he doesn't celebrate it, but I'm just letting you know, like, some people leave their stuff up for their own traditions. So anyway, here is the finished card. Is it not gorgeous? I absolutely love how this card turned out. I wanted a very wintry vibe, and I think that I accomplished that. I love the pop color of the presents and the sleigh and the bunny, and then that nice soft background. So if you want to see any other videos from me, click on either one you see here on the screen. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks so much for tuning in, and all the stuff you need to know is linked below the video or over on my blog at loveandstampin.com. Bye-bye.